Hello students, today we are going to learn General Science for class 7 from the book Science Squad. Today we are going to learn chapter 1 Nutrition in Plants. In this chapter we will be discussing about how nutrition takes place in plants. Let us begin the chapter. We know that all living things need energy in order to live and to carry out the basic life functions. For most of the living organisms, the immediate source of energy is the food we eat. We know that plant uses solar energy to prepare food, while some animals depend on plants for their food. Thus, we can say that all the energy used by the plants and animals comes directly or indirectly from the sun. Let us see what is the mode of nutrition in plants. What is the meaning of mode of nutrition? It is nothing but it is a method by which organisms obtain food. There are two types of nutrition. One is autotrophic, another one is heterotrophic nutrition. Let us discuss about autotrophic nutrition. The word auto means self and troph means nutrition. Hence, we can say autotrophic means self-nutrition or self-feeding. In autotrophic nutrition, the organism makes its own food using the raw materials like carbon dioxide, water and sunlight as a source of energy. The organisms which make their own food are called autotrophs or self-feeders. Photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, what happens? The solar energy gets trapped by the chlorophyll. The chlorophyll is nothing but a green substance which is present in the leaves of the plants. The solar energy combines with water from the soil and carbon dioxide from the air to prepare the food in the form of glucose. Glucose is a sugar. Glucose can be stored in special areas in roots and stems of the plant. The diagram shows the preparation of food by the process of photosynthesis. Glucose helps the plant for the growth and the repairing of its parts. Photosynthesis releases oxygen which is vital for animals. The overall equation for photosynthesis will be carbon dioxide plus water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives glucose and oxygen. So the input is carbon dioxide and water and the output is glucose and oxygen. Let us discuss about heterotrophic nutrition. The word heteros means others and the troph means nutrition. In this mode of nutrition, an organism uses the food made by autotrophic organisms directly or indirectly. The plants which cannot make their own food but depends on others for food are called heterotrophs. Parasites and saprophytes are heterotrophs. What are parasites? Parasites are organisms that live in or on other organisms to obtain the food. Those organisms from which it obtains are called host. For example, dodder, mistletoe, mildew fungi and many bacteria. Plant parasites have no chlorophyll and so they cannot make their own food. As discussed earlier, photosynthesis takes place only in the plants having chlorophyll. Since parasites do not have chlorophyll, they cannot prepare their own food, and hence it depends on host plant for its food. Parasitic organisms live in close contact with their host for its food. However, the host may be severely harmed. Let us discuss about saprophytes. Saprophytes obtain their food from dead and decaying organic matter. Like parasites I said earlier, it was depending on the host, which is a living organism, whereas saprophytes depends on dead and decaying organic matter. Sapro means rotten. It includes fungi, molds like mushrooms, yeast, and many bacteria. The saprophytes, what does it do is that it breaks the complex organic molecules present in the dead and decaying matter and convert them into simpler substances. Let us have a chapter recap. Organisms which can prepare its own food are known as autotrophs. Chlorophyll is a green substance present in the leaves of the plant. Organisms which obtain their food from the other organisms are known as heterotrophs. Parasites live in or on other organisms to obtain their food from the host. Saprophytes obtain their food from dead and decaying organic matter. Parasites and saprophytes are heterotrophs. This ends chapter 1.
Vidya Prakashan Mandir Private Limited.